Hi, this is Jana Whitley, author of Disney Princess Crochet, and I'm going to be showing you how to crochet the entire skirt for the Cinderella doll in this part. So let's get started. So we're going to be using our periwinkle yarn to make the skirt, and I used the Red Heart Super Saver worsted weight, and this color is called Light Periwinkle. I've got my E-hook, which is a 3.5 millimeter hook, and I really like these are called Clover hooks because they have a comfortable grip, and they've got this special gold coating on the hook that's very smooth and nice. All right, let's see. So we're going to grab our yarn and we're going to start with our slip knot. So make a loop and then bring the working yarn under the loop. So you've got kind of a pretzel shape, and then grab with your fingers or your hook, grab that underneath loop while you're pulling the working yarn and the tail. Pull in opposite directions so you've got a slip knot. Put your hook in the slip knot, pull the working yarn to tighten it up. All right. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to chain 2. So yarn over, pull through once, yarn over, pull through again, twice. There's 2 chains. We are going to single crochet 6 in the second chain from the hook. So you can see here's the first chain and then there's the second chain. The second chain is basically that slip knot that we made. You're going to put your hook in, yarn over, pull through. You've got 2 loops on your hook. You're going to yarn over again, pull through both loops, and that's your first single crochet right there. Okay, let's do that again in the same stitch. So put your hook in the same chain again, yarn over, pull through, 2 loops on the hook, yarn over again, pull through. Now you have 2 single crochets in that one chain. Let's continue doing our single crochets into that same chain. Oops, kind of lost track there. Okay, into the hole, grab it, and pull through. There's 3, 4, 5, 6. And that is the end of the first round, and it forms a circle of stitches. You can count, if you count these V's right here on the edge of the work. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to grab my stitch marker and put my stitch marker in. So for my stitch marker, I like to use a short piece of contrasting yarn, and I lay it over the crochet work right in front of my last stitch. And as I crochet the next one, it's going to hold it in place. So I'm going to put my hook through both loops of the next single crochet, so that, see how there's this V here? I need to put my hook through both loops. Grab it. Now in this round, we're going to be crocheting 2 in each single crochet around. So we're going to do another one in that same stitch again. So now I've got 2 there. See, there's 1, 2. If you can see those little V shapes there. Let's do that in the next stitch. We go to the next stitch in single crochet 1 and 2. And the next stitch, 1 and 2. Next stitch, 1, 2. Next stitch is 1, 2. Last stitch, 1, 2, and I can tell it's the last stitch because I've come back to, I'm just above that stitch marker and just slightly to the right. So let's count, make sure we've got the right amount of stitches. So, and it kind of looks like a snail shell, like a spiral. I'm going to start here. I don't count this as a stitch, so I count the little V right underneath that working loop. So this is the working loop. This first V we count as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I've got the correct stitch count. I'm ready to go to round 3. Round 3 tells me, it says single crochet in the next single crochet, and then single crochet 2 in the next single crochet, and it has stars around it, telling me to repeat 6 times. So I'm going to move my stitch marker up, lay it across the work, hold it in place for a second while I get this single crochet in the next, just one, and then go to the next stitch, and then I'm going to do an increase, which means single crochet 2 in that next stitch, and repeat that by going single crochet 1, and then single crocheting 2 in the next, and repeat again, single crochet 1, and then single crochet 2 in the next, repeat, single crochet 1, single crochet 2 in the next, single crochet 1, single crochet 2 in the next, single crochet 1, single crochet 2 in the last one. See, there's my stitch marker, and I finished that round. Let's count. Make sure, again, we don't count the working loop. Count this V here as the first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So if we look in the book, where's the end of round 3, 18 stitches is our stitch count. So we've got the correct stitch count. We're ready to go to round 4. This time the pattern will be to single crochet in the next 2 single crochet, and then single crochet 2 in the next single crochet, and repeat 6 times. So this will be 24. So each round we're increasing by 6. So if you know your 6 times tables, we're going 6, 12, 18, 24. So single crochet in the next 2, 1, and then 2, and then we're going to increase in this stitch, and then single crochet, increase, single crochet, increase, single crochet, increase, single crochet, increase, single crochet, increase. Whoops, popped out. There, let's try that again. And then that's the last stitch of this round. All right. And then I want to make sure you know right side from wrong side. Now, as I'm crocheting around, the right side is facing you, but it'll want to curl into a convex shape like this as you go around. But at some point you'll want to pop it out like this before you get too far. And so that instead of working on the far side, see how right now my working loop is furthest away, you pop it so that the right side is like that and your working loop is closest to you. So it's very important to know your right side from your wrong side. And you can see that the right side has these little V's that form your stitches in the single crochet. On the wrong side of single crochet has these upright posts. I should say like these not posts, but these little bars that go across. So that's the wrong side. Okay, let's count our stitches. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Okay, let's move the stitch marker up. And next it says round 5 through 8. So we're going to make 4 rounds, single crochet in each single crochet round. So this is the easy part where you don't have to keep track of a repeating pattern. You don't have to do any special stitches. You just get to lose, you don't even have to count because you've got your stitch marker in place. So you can just simply make single crochets round and round for a good stretch for 4 rounds. Like so. So I'm going to finish this round and then I will skip ahead I'll jump in the video to round 9 because, you don't want 10 minutes of me just making single crochet, do you? Unless I was to tell you an interesting story or a joke, but I'm not really a storyteller. I'm a crocheter. I'm a hooker. Okay, so there's row 5. I can move that stitch marker up and I'll meet you at row 9. Hi there again. So I've finished doing those row 5 through 8 of the skirt, and if you lose track while you're going round and round, you can start at the bottom and count this little first donut as 1, and then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You can count it. It's kind of like a beehive, like those old-fashioned woven beehives, right? And make sure again that you are crocheting with your right side turned toward you. Don't be crocheting like this. This is the wrong side. Okay. So now we're going to do round 9. Let's get the stitch marker in place. Round 9 is simply single crocheting in each single crochet round, but this time you're only going to use your front loops. And it's important, the front loops, because this is going to give you it's going to leave the back loops so that you can form the base. So I'm just putting my hook in this. Oops, I'm in focus. There's the front loop. Grabbing that and doing my single crochets around. Now, as you can see, I want to show you as I'm crocheting in just the front loops, you'll see a line. The back loops on the wrong side are left over, and we're going to be using those in just a moment. Okay, here we are. There's the stitch marker coming into view, and one more. Okay. So now the instructions tell us it says IFO, which means invisible fasten off. So let me show you how to do the invisible fasten off. You're going to need your scissors and you're going to need a yarn needle. So I'm going to grab my yarn needle. And I'm going to show you my favorite yarn needles. This is Clover Chibi bent tip needles. Clover is the same brand that makes these comfortable hooks. You can see there's a bent tip. So, and it's kind of got a blunt end. It's not sharp, and it's nice big eye for the yarn. And the nice thing is with amigurumi, when it comes to sewing parts together, this little bent tip makes it really easy to kind of go down in and then pivot back up. So I love it for that reason. Just makes it so easy to get it into those little tight spaces. Okay, so but for invisible fasten off, you can use any needle. Let's cut the working yarn with just maybe 3 inches. So you don't need a lot. And then you're going to pull the loop, working yarn through the loop. You're going to put this on your needle. Okay, so invisible fasten off. What you want to do is see there's the next stitch. You're going to skip this next stitch. You are going to go under both loops of the next skip, and then the next single crochet, go under both loops, just like as if you're crocheting. But you go under the loops and then you kind of pull it, but not too tight because you want to leave about the same length as a stitch. Now you're going to see this last loop with the working yarn coming from it. You are going to go back in just in that front loop. See that front loop there? So you're going to pick up that front loop and you're going to bring the yarn through there. All right, so now you're going to see as you tighten that, it's going to make this kind of V shape. And the nice thing is it creates kind of a transition between this little step. Here's a single crochet, here's the previous round, and then it looks kind of like a slip stitch. And when you have an open edge, it makes it so there's V's all the way around. Okay, but you don't want to pull it too tightly because it will distort the stitch. You want it to look like the surrounding stitches. And then I'm going to weave this in the back to hide the end. So on the wrong side, I'm going to pick up these little legs of the back of the single crochets, and I'm going to weave my needle through the back posts of those single crochets and pull it through. Again, not too tightly because I don't want to distort that stitch. And then just trim it close to the work, but don't cut your crochet work. Okay, so now you've got those remaining back loops on the inside, right? So to form the underside of the skirt, we're going to use the periwinkle yarn, bring up a loop in the next single crochet. So I could use periwinkle, but I'm going to use white so that it'll make it more obvious, so more contrast so that you can see what I'm doing. All right, so just a moment, let me get this in place. Okay, so now here's where you want to start. So I've got my stitch marker here from when I did round 8. Now in the remaining loops, back loops of round 8, I'm going to start here in this first remaining loop, and you can kind of curl back that round 9 to get out of the way. I'm going to put my hook right there in that loop. I'm going to get my new yarn. I'm going to pull up a loop, and then I'm going to chain 2. So 1, 2. Then I'm going to single crochet in the next loop. So grab that loop, single crochet, and then I'm going to decrease in the next. So to do decrease for these loops, you're going to want to grab the loop, pull up, yarn over, pull it up, then go into the next loop, yarn over, pull it up. I've got 3 loops on my hook, and they are in 3 different stitches. 1, 2, 3. Now I'm going to yarn over once more and pull it through all 3. That's my decrease. And then the pattern tells me I'm going to single crochet 1, 2, and then decrease. And again, repeat the pattern. 1, 2, get this out of your way, and then decrease. So you know how I'm working in these back loops, and this other lip is the front loops, so that when it's down like that, you won't see the bottom. Okay, and again, we're going to repeat 1, 2, and then decrease. 1, 2, decrease. 1, 2, and then decrease. Okay, and now we're back to where we started. There's our stitch marker. And you should have 18 stitches with the chain 2 equaling one of the single crochets. So if we take a look here, we've got this chain 2, so we're going to count that as, this chain 2 is the first. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So maybe I miscounted. Maybe this would be, let's see, let's make sure I got this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. There we go. Always important to count. Don't want to get that stitch count off. Okay, so next we are going to single crochet in the chain 2 space, and then decrease, single crochet in the next, single crochet, decrease, and repeat. So here we go. We're going to just kind of jump the gap a little. Single, oops, you know what I should do is move that stitch marker up. All right. And if you want to, at this point, you can weave in that new yarn, but we can just tuck it in. It'll get hidden when we stuff the work. So under both loops, we're going to single crochet 1, and then we're going to decrease. Now you can do invisible decrease here, or you can just do the single crochet 2 together. So I'm going to just do single crochet 2 together because it's on the underside, and you're not going to see the uneven finish that